Okay, we are live. Good evening, folks. My name's John Bone. Just wanted to do a quick intro. You can see here the countdown timer is on. We're going to be kicking off with our Thursday night Aurum presentation. Like I said, my name's John Bone. We've got a phenomenal project here, guys. Got involved with this myself back on the 22nd of April. I'm a window cleaner by day, but this project over the last 5 months has enabled me to double my monthly income. We have a phenomenal Aurum crypto Visa card that is attached to this project. This is changing people's lives. I would highly recommend you stay with us now for the next probably 45 minutes to 50 minutes and let our awesome presenter, HP, he's going to take you through exactly what this is all about. Once you've watched it, please make sure that you get back to whoever has shared this presentation with you. That's really important, okay? Because I do these sort of intros into our presentation in order to share with the people that have linked arms with us, the people that we're working together. This project seriously has the ability to change a lot of people's lives. So I hope you enjoy this next 45 minutes, 50 minutes of the presentation. Be sure to stick through all the way. Listen to it in your headphones if you need to. It's just critical that you get this information and see that we have, after many years of trying and testing out various affiliate programs, we feel that we have now truly found.
Hey, good afternoon, good evening, good morning for some of you. Thank you all for joining us on this Zoom tonight. Well, tonight for me, because it's gone just
no,
after
I can't mute him. Well, we have truly found a great project.
I see people from all
so I'll
over
leave
the world,
HP to it. Enjoy this, and we'll see you
addressed
at the
those
end.
People that were in about 10 minutes early there, so we went down through the list of names, but I see a lot more of you joined since. So welcome to the call, everyone. You're very welcome, and thank you for attending. A particular warm welcome to those of you that are guests for maybe the first or second time. We want to thank you for taking your time out to listen to this information. And that's what we're going to do. We're just going to share a little bit of information with you. We're not trying to sell you anything at all. We're just trying to share an idea with you. And we'll talk a little bit about who's behind the company and who the CEO is. We'll look at some of media, the reports that we're hearing about. We'll look at the products and how they're operating for lots of customers. What else will we do tonight? We will... we're going to talk about this Visa card, which is great. A Visa card that doesn't require your name on it. It doesn't require a passport or driver's license. There's no KYC, meaning you can spend cryptocurrency anywhere in the world where Visa and MasterCard are accepted. We'll talk about that tonight as well. And then for those of you at the end that'd like to learn about our affiliate program, if you're interested in that type of thing, it's not obligatory to do that by any means. But for those of you that like affiliate programs, I think we've got something very special at the end if you'd like that. So without further ado, guys, I'm going to hit the record button and get this show on the road. Oh, it was recording, was it? Let me see. I think I maybe was recording. All right.
Recording in progress.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this presentation. We're here to look at the Aurum Foundation. Just to let you know, I don't work for Aurum myself. I'm not an employee. I'm not paid to present. I'm here as an independent person, just sharing my opinion, telling you my story and how it's worked for me. I'm not an accountant. I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give you any advice in those respects. And it's always prudent to do your own due diligence and, of course, to seek professional advice, regardless of what kind of business you're getting involved in. If you're getting involved in the taxi business, we'll go and speak to a taxi owner, find out about that industry, find out about its viability, about the licenses you need, and do your homework over there. If you're getting involved in the health industry, go and speak to somebody in that profession and do your own homework and get advice from a professional. I would always go past my accountant, but maybe if you're not in business, you don't have an accountant, but always do your due diligence so you can make an informed decision. What I liked about this project was, first of all, the people behind it. One of the co-founders and the CEO is Mr. Bryan Benson. I like him even more because I met him. I spent 3 days with him, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Bryan Benson, very interesting guy from California in the United States, I think he began his career in Santa Barbara, and he moved down as a young guy to school in San Diego, where he did his university. And he left university and went straight into the banking world. Yes, he worked for the bank, a bank that was ultimately acquired by Morgan Stanley, very, very big brand in the United States. I'm not sure where else they operate, but a very reputable bank. And over there, he became a trader. Yes, he traded Forex, and a very, very intelligent chap, Bryan Benson. But he left that world and went straight into the Web3 space and got involved with another big company called Binance. It wasn't big when he started, but certainly when he finished, Binance was what's known as a unicorn company. Bryan's job as a director was to open all of Latin America. Coming from San Diego, he had a great command. Well, not coming from San Diego, schooling in San Diego, he had a great command of language, particularly Spanish and Portuguese. And that allowed him to be the ideal client to go down to Mexico and open that for Binance. He went down to Brazil and Chile and Peru and Colombia, and he opened all of those countries for Binance. And he saw so many people making money. So many people were made millionaires and multimillionaires at that time because Binance grew faster than Apple, faster than Microsoft, faster than Tesla. It's one of those unicorn companies, and this guy was in there at the beginning. And not only that, one of his buddies, Richard Tang, is now the CEO of Binance. And funny enough, they're both speaking next week at the World Blockchain Summit. I'll talk about that in a minute. But why do I like Bryan Benson? Because he's got experience. He's not some new kid on the block trying or attempting or going to do something. He's been involved. It's not his first rodeo in this space, and his connections. When you see how this card operates and the other products he's bringing to stage, it's because he's well connected in Web3. I actually spoke to a billionaire from South America who knew this guy long ago. And funny enough, when I was speaking to him, he told me, he asked me what I was working on. And I said, listen, I'm looking at a project called Aurum. He said, I never heard of it. And yeah, it's a great guy, an ex-Binance guy. Oh, right, who was that? I said, Bryan Benson. He says, not Bryan Benson from Binance. You're working with Bryan. I says, I am. He says, I know Bryan. I had a call with him 2 days ago. I said, you're kidding me. And that was like a third-party validation. He says he's a lovely guy. So not only did I get a third-party validation, but I went and met Bryan Benson myself. And I spent 3 days with him. We had breakfast 2 of those mornings. We had lunch. We had evening meals. And over a period of 3 days, you get a better feel for someone because you're off guard. You know, if you meet somebody the first time, there's a nervousness there. There's a guard up, But after a few hours and after a whole day and an evening and the next day, that guard comes down and you can get in under the skin. You can start seeing tell me more about your family and where did you grow up, Bryan, and why did you go down to San Diego? And when you left the school, what did you major in, and how do you get this job over with Morgan Stanley? And why did you leave Morgan Stanley? And how did you get into Binance? And you became a director, and tell me about, so when you have that time to engage with him, and many of you guys on this call will be engaging with Bryan next week, but I know some people on this call have qualified to meet him in Singapore at the conference, but many others have going to accumulate ourselves into Phuket, Thailand on the 16th to the 19th of next month. And we'll be spending plenty of time with Bryan, and you'll get to know him there. And I'm sure you'll be well chuffed as I was having met him. So that's nice to know a little bit about the people behind it. Now, prior to this, I hadn't heard of him, so I did a Google anyway. Bryan Benson Binance, and guess what? He came up everywhere, and I went, "Wow, yes, he's a real person. We know this guy. Wow, he's famous." There's images here when he was a younger gentleman. He's now 51 years old, so he's in that mature age, but enough wisdom and experience to run a ship like this. And very intelligent guy. He's into technology big time. And he's building us 2 exchanges. He's building centralized and decentralized exchange. He knows that industry inside out. He's got the connections to do it. It's under test right now. And I think we're in for a fabulous run with this man. I also noticed then that Forbes magazine had mentioned them in a couple of articles, not just one. And Forbes is one of these media companies that does a lot of due diligence, a lot of research. It creates the rich lists. You've probably heard of the top 100 richest people in the world, or the top 50 wealthiest people in the United States or the top 20 richest ladies in Asia. They do a lot of this compiling of rich lists, and they have a lot of data to look at to formulate that. And they've got to be pretty accurate. You know, you'd be pretty annoyed if you left Bill Gates off the rich list or something like that. So their information is quite accurate. And they also do these rich lists. No, they do the CEO profiles on their magazine, Forbes magazine. I've seen that. But to see them write about Aurum, saying that Aurum provides institutional grade trading, I went, wow, this links up. Bryan Benson, trader, Binance, providing institutional grade trading, coming from these guys. I went, wow, all right. Then when I saw the card, and it's very, very difficult to get Visa to agree to your name going on the card. So when you've got this co-branding of Visa and Aurum, we can only assume that the bank issuer of this card has done its due diligence. Like, they must know who Bryan Benson is. They must know who the directors are. They must have their memorandum of articles, their company formation. They must know their money situation, their licensing before they would get into bed with them. So when I saw this, I went, wow, we've definitely got something very nice at hand. And then the fourth thing out of the woodwork was he's one of the major speakers, one of the gold speakers at the upcoming blockchain summit. Now, what is this? This is the largest Web3 blockchain seminar in the world. Dubai have a big one, but Singapore this year is the big one. It starts next week. The Formula One race is on at the same time down there. Great time to meet the guy. But what impressed me was a number of things. Number one, these guys have a stand, a booth at the show. What does that tell you? They're open to exposure. They're open to be seen and to be by who? By blockchain experts, because that environment at this conference is the best in the world. I mean, Richard Tang, his friend, Binance, it used to be CZ was the CEO of Binance. CZ has now moved on. Richard, this guy's friend, is the CEO of Binance. And we've got Bryan Benson from Aurum speaking here too. We've got Justin Sun, if you don't know who that is. He created Tron. If you've heard of Tron, TRX, that blockchain. We've got Paolo Ordino, one of the co-founders of Tether, speaking at it. We've got the founder of KuCoin. I mean, this is a big, big conference. So to see that your CEO is a major speaker, to see that they're also, what do you call it when they were a sponsor? They're a sponsor of this event as well. It gives you a good confidence about this project. Now, of course, that's my homework. That's my due diligence. You, of course, are entitled and should do your own. But I'd like you to hear from Bryan himself and not from me. And we were able to take this short clip out of a larger interview to hear what Bryan wants to do. Now, I've already told you, he saw so many people becoming multi-millionaires over at Binance that now he's an employee over there, but over here, where he's a co-founder and CEO, he wants to do it again. He wants to create 1,000 millionaires. So if this is a visionary leader, would you like to be part of that? Would you like to be part of one of the kingpins of Binance that's done it before? He wants to create a billion-dollar brand, billion-dollar business. Have a listen to what he says, guys.
That is, and what I like to say is we want to create 1,000 millionaires. And so if we can do that, then that will be a billion-dollar business. That will be a unicorn, and we'll be very excited if we can accomplish that. And we're well on our way to that. So
there you go. Come meet Bryan Benson at Singapore next week. You can still qualify for your flights for 3 nights, 5-star accommodation. And I tell you, the accommodation is going to be expensive in Singapore with the Formula One on. You're going to have dinner with Bryan as well. You're going to be on the stand. And whilst you're on the stand, guys, anybody qualifies, I'm telling you this, get yourself 200 business cards. And when you get that business card into the hand of one of the visitors to the stand, make sure you get their details back so that you can call them if they don't call you. Say, hey, I met you at the stand in Singapore. You were on the Aurum stand. I'd like to tell you a little bit more. Use that time while you're there to just capture the information. Don't spend 20 minutes pitching one person, because you have an opportunity with 10,000 people there to grab as many cards, as many prospects as possible. That's what you want to be doing here. And you've got Bryan Benson by your shoulder. Anyway, to get involved with this Aurum platform is $20 for the year. I see it like a gymnasium membership where you'd pay maybe several thousand to go in and use the rowing machine, the running machine, the steam room, the swimming pool, the sauna. Yeah, you can use all of the products when you pay your membership. Here, you can use all of the products except the card. And I'll talk about that in a moment. Now, the good thing is they have, I think, I don't know actually how many products they have. I haven't checked them all, but there's about, I assume 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 products there in the background. I've only used 4 of them, and those are the only ones I'm going to talk about because they're the only ones I've tried myself. I will not promote a restaurant to you if I haven't eaten in that restaurant, okay? I will not promote a product if I haven't tried it myself. So I'm only going to talk about products that I've used myself, and my views are my own views. You're entitled to formulate your own. But I want to show you the EXI bot, which I think is fabulous. I love the Pro bot, not just as much as the EXI bot. I love the Zeus bot. I've come to love the Zeus bot because it's quite interesting. If you've got customers that actually trade Bitcoin and Ethereum and these other products that you don't have, you can actually get paid in Bitcoin and Ethereum as well. So I'll talk about that a little bit later, but I do like the Zeus bot and I love the card. I love the card. So let's talk about the first product. The first product is called the EX AI bot. It's got over 2 years trading data. Now that's important. This is their longest standing product, and it's achieved over 450% in this short window. The worst it did, I can see, was back in July 23. It did 9%. The best it did was March last year, which was 23%. And on average, I suppose, between the highs and the lows, it's kicking out about 17.5% to the company. Now, I said to the company, not to you, not to me. We don't get that. What we get is determined by the deposit we make to our own account. So think of this. They call it the Aurum Neo Bank. There's big news coming up on this bank very, very, very soon. But you deposit to your own account. So inside this, you'll have a USDT wallet. You'll have your own Bitcoin wallet, an Ethereum wallet, a Polygon wallet, a Pepe, a Dog. You'll have a variety of 6 or 7 wallets. Okay, and let's say you're talking about USDT. Just put in, say, $133, right? As a test. You're going to enjoy benefits of approximately about 10% a month. Okay. For those of you who can manage more than that, let's say you were able to do $306. Well, you're going to fall into the next category, which would enjoy benefits of up to about 11%, slightly better. For those of you who can manage more, let's say you were able to do $1,309. Just as an example, you deposit that, you can fall into the 12% category. So it really depends on your deposit, which threshold you're going to enjoy. You heard me using funny numbers there, like 106. And, why did I use weird numbers? Because these guys don't have any packages. There's no like $100 package or $500 package, or they don't operate like that at all. This is like a bank that you deposit. What you deposit will determine the percentage rewards that you'll enjoy. Now, if you'd like to get to a higher percentage, that was one of my questions. Well, how do I go from 10% to 12? Well, you could top up your account maybe at the end of the month when the salary comes in, or you can trade it up. I said, I don't know how to trade. He said, you don't have to know how to trade. The AI does it for you. It's automatic. You don't have to learn anything. You don't have to watch a screen all day long and get googly eyes. He says, no, automatic trading is fabulous. He says, are you familiar with ChatGPT? I said, I am. He says, you ask ChatGPT something and it comes up with an answer. Like, ask it something complicated and it'll give you pages and pages of data. These things can do like 10,000 decisions in 1 second, faster than humans. He says, that's what we have here. So I said, okay, that's great. How do you guys make money, Bryan? If you're paying out all this money, how do you guys make money? He said to me, the answer's on the screen. He says, if you're getting 10% a month and we're enjoying 17, we make 7% on those accounts. For those that get 11%, we make 6%. For those that get 12, we make 5%. We're always making money. We want positive cash flow. We don't want to need to pull on our own trading profits to run this business. That's why we charge the $20. If we put on 10 million customers, which they expect to do, that would be 10 million times $20 each. That's $200 million to run the company. Do you want a strong company? Do you want a company that has the potential to be here in 5, 10 years? He says, that's why we charge the $20. We pay no commissions on it. That's illegal to pay commission for recruiting. Did you know that? No. If you recruit somebody in the business and you get paid because they joined this business, that's a no-no in my book. You pay the $20, nobody gets paid. Now, we will pay you if somebody orders a product and uses our product. That's different. You've brought us business. But to recruit somebody into this, no payouts. We're copying Amway. Amway charged $35. We charge $20. You don't like it? Go find a freebie company. Okay, Bryan. Okay, got it. So I now kind of like the idea, and it's working very, very, very well. I'd like to show you a small account. Again, I want to say that past performance is not indicative of future results, but this is a live account from a customer. So it's not like the company's information. This is a real account. This account was funded on the 17th of April. You'd see the date there on the bottom left, 17th of April, and it was funded with $500. The account we're looking at was taken on the 17th of September. So that represents a period of 5 months. So from the 17th of April, you've got May, you've got June, July, August, September. That's 5 trading months. This account has made $382. Okay, because 500 was deposited, the account's now sitting at 882. So the profit it's earned is $382. Now, a friend of mine said, well, that's not very much money in 5 months, is it? Now, yeah, it is. He says, $300 in 5 months. He says, that's useless. I says, it's not. It's great. What do you mean? How can $300 be any good? I said, I only put $500 in. He says, yeah, but it's only $300. I said, listen, do you understand math? He says he does, but he didn't. He didn't understand. I said, to work out the percentage gain on this, you take the profit of 382, you put it over the deposit of 500, you multiply it by 100%. This account has done 76% in 5 months. I said to him, if you bought a property in your town for $100,000 on the 17th of May, and somebody gave you $176,400 on the 17th of September, 5 months later, would that be a good house to buy? Would that be a good property? So yeah, that's great. Because you made 76,000. Yes, 76%. I said, it's the same math. The 500 deposit made 76%. I said, that's sensational. You'll not get that in property. It takes a property 10 years to double. You'll not get that in gold bullion. Gold takes 10 years to double its value. This is 5 months. It's done 76%. It's done 3/4 of the way to doubling. It is pretty good then. I said, well, try it and see. I want to show you guys who prefer to look at the largest type account. This account was started the week before that one. That one was go back the 17th of April. This account was started on the 10th of April, exactly a week before that. And this one was funded with $10,000. So just show the bigger type account so you get an idea how it works. You can see here on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, and that's why I recommend anybody you invite to a presentation, make sure they're on a computer or a laptop where they can see the numbers, because the numbers are quite small here. I like to show you all the facts. This screenshot was taken on the 16th of May. So from the 10th of April to the 16th of May is just 5 short weeks. This $10,000 is sitting at $12,360. It made 23% in just 5 weeks. Sensational. The next time it was opened was on the 24th of June. So from the 10th of April to 24 June is 10 weeks. So after 10 weeks, the account's sitting at, look at that, $15,500, 55%. The next time was on the, you can see it on the bottom right. You can see that from your computer. If you screen grab your computer, it tells you the time. It was the 10th of July at 19:35. That's 25 to 7. I guarantee you that was before a presentation at 2000 hours at 8 p.m. UK. So the account was grabbed on the 10th. So it could be shown to you guys. And I know you've been following this, many of you. So after 12 weeks, the $10,000 now $17,000. And then on the 10th of August, you can see the account has doubled. It's gone from $10,000 all the way up to 20, and it hasn't finished there because there is another slide which shows you what happened on the 10th of September. But I think you have the idea, guys. It's sensational. I want to highlight this little button here called the reinvest button. This is optional. You don't have to do this. In fact, when you open your account, this button is not engaged. So if you do make profit, let's say you had your account open today and you made profit tomorrow, that will go to your wallet to withdraw. It does not compound it. You just take out your profits every day, no problems with that. 1% fees plus $1 to withdraw, so that's good as well. But it's only if you want to engage this button that what would happen is your profit would go to the exchange tonight at midnight, and it will be added to the principal amount, and it will be trading profit and principal together. This is compounding effect if you hit that reinvest button. You're under no obligation to do that. If you want to let it grow, that would be the thing to do, even though I'm not a financial advisor. But if if you need cash flow, that would not be the thing to do. If you have bills to pay and you need daily cash flow, then you don't reinvest. Just every day you make a profit, you can take that out. In fact, you can pop it on your card and go spend it, or you can withdraw to an external wallet. Your choice. The company will not turn on that button. That's your job, because that's your money, because that's your account. Okay, that said, I'll talk about another product. So that's just one product called the EXI bot. Doing very, very well. It's their longest running product. It's their most successful to date, but they have created a few more bots, and they're working on more in the background right now. The next bot is on Telegram, and this is a sister product to the first one. It's called the EXI Pro bot. Doesn't do just as well, guys, but there's another reason for having this one. This one, you can take out your profits and your principal at any time. So let's say I have one client, I think I might have said this before, who had about $30,000 set aside for a project that are going to start in January next year, right? So that they didn't want to tie it up for any longer than 2 or 3 months. Actually, listen, try the Pro bot, because you can take your profit and your principal out when you need it. There's no lockup, and still the fees are low, 1%. But this bot just doesn't do quite as well as the first one. And I asked Bryan Benson about this. I said, well, how come, if it's the same kind of software you're using, it's the same kind of AI, why is it not the same results? He says, because the first bot is been running for 2 years, and it's called AI learning. The bot learns from previous trades. It learns from previous situations, market conditions. It can pull all of that data and decide whether to go in or out of a trade itself. This one has only been running from March this time, so it doesn't have the volume of data that the original one had, but it may catch up in the future. It's still very good. You could probably expect up to 10, 12, 13% on that bot, whereas the other one was doing 17.5 on average. But it's still good, and it has its purpose as well. One thing I have to say, without keep making this confusing for you, you cannot put any more into the Pro bot than what you would have had in the EXI bot. So let's pretend you're $300 on the left-hand side trading over there. You can't put $600 into this one. You can only put up to what you had on that one, so you can only put 300 in here. So it's about sorting out your own account to suit your own circumstances. So that's the second bot that I've tried. The third one is called the Zeus bot. And both of these on the right-hand side, in the yellow rectangle and the blue rectangle, these are available on Telegram, and they are creating very, very soon their own native applications. Many of you on this call will be invited to be test customers when they're ready. I think they're in test right now, but they're going to probably delegate some of you guys on this call at the event in Phuket. You could be requested to test this out in your jurisdiction. So let me tell you a little bit about the Zeus bot. Now, the Zeus bot is for those of you that might have a little bit of Bitcoin lying around. You might have a little bit of BNB sitting on a Binance exchange that you haven't used in a year or two, just sitting there not making you any money. Here, you can import it through Telegram into the bot, ask it to go to work for you, and you can start growing your portfolio. So you can put in a little bit of Bitcoin and grow your Bitcoin. You can put in a tiny bit of Ethereum and let it grow. You can put in a little bit of, it only does 5. It does Pepe and Doge, which are meme tokens. It does Ethereum, BNB. It only does 5, actually. I'll show you one of them now, how it works. It's quite impressive. You go to Telegram, instead of searching for somebody's name, search for Aurum Neobank. When you find it, click open the app. It'll open up on your Telegram, and that's where you get the card if you want it. You're going to get your different wallets in there as well, and you log in with the same credentials you had for your main account. That lets you into this app. Now, let's say, I'm going to show you this example. This is the Bitcoin USDT trading bot. This is spot trading on OKX, KuCoin, Binance. They trade on different exchanges because that's where the liquidity is, okay? They do not trade on their own exchange because their own exchange hasn't launched yet. So all of the funds will be trading on different well-known, established, fully liquidity providing exchanges. Now, in this account we're looking at, the deposit was 0.7 Bitcoin as a trial. And the account went from 0.7 to 0.71, 72, 73, 79, 8, 8.1, and that's what we see on our screen. You can see on the screen that the bot in this period had been trading for 14 hours and 59 minutes. It had acquired 0.00055 in profits, and the total trading balance was 0.81. Now, you see every trade. You see the time the trade was opened at. You see the price the trade was opened at. You see the closing price. You see the spread. You see the profit and loss. There's even a hyperlink inside the data that pulls you to Binance or pulls you to OKX, depending on what exchange yours is trading on. It pulls you right to let's say it was on OKX. It'll take you to Bitcoin USDT trading platform, and you can check the prices. Well, was that price at that time? Oh, it was that closing price. So a lot of data is shared over there. Very soon, they're going to display some live trading on the platform as well. So there's a lot going on in the background. But this account's quite interesting because it went from 0.81, and many of you guys on this call saw it when it was at 0.81. You saw it was at 0.82. We were looking for 0.83, but we missed it. We missed it. It had gone past 0.83. It jumped up to 0.84 Bitcoin. It went to 0.85, 86, 87, 88. We were hanging around 8.9, hoping to see 9. 9 came, 9.1 came, 9.2 came. We were waiting for 9.3. Did it come? Yes, it did. And that's where it is now. It's at 0.93 of a Bitcoin. And you can join us on this journey as we take 0.7 of a Bitcoin all the way to a full Bitcoin. If you'd like to join us in that journey, you attend our presentations and you'll see the account growing. So the profit here is not 0.93 because the customer deposited 0.7 and it's 0.93. So it's only made 0.23, but it's quite interesting. Have a listen to this. Please tell me how much 0.23 Bitcoin is in USDT, please. $25,281. So this account has made the customer $25,000 with no customers, no Zooms, no affiliate marketing. It's their money working for them instead of them having to go to work for their money. That's the key. So if you have a little bit of BNB or a little bit of Dogecoin or Pepe or Ethereum, you can pop it in here if you wish and allow it to grow for you so you get more. Instead of sitting on exchange just going up and down in price, you're not increasing the amount. It's the same amount, just going up and down in value. But here you can grow your Bitcoin. Even if you don't have any Bitcoin, you can still grow Bitcoin. How's that possible? I'll say it again. Even if you don't have any Bitcoin or Ethereum or BNB, you can get it here. How? If you introduced a customer that trades BNB or Pepe or Ethereum, you can get a matching bonus if you qualify for the first rank in our affiliate program. And how I came across that was I was started to receive this thing called Pepe. Never heard of Pepe before. This Pepe came and I said, what's Pepe? And somebody said, it's a great meme token. What's a meme token? I didn't know what that was. But I kept getting Pepe, 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 Pepe. I said, why am I getting the Pepe? I didn't understand that one of my customers put in a lot of Pepe. They were trading it automatically. The bot trades it. And I was getting a matching bonus on that. And that's why I was receiving this Pepe. So I've now got 1,600 million Pepe. Now, I don't know how much that is. Maybe. How much is 1,600 million Pepe in US dollars, please? It's asking me, do I want to use ChatGPT? Working with ChatGPT. This is AI for you live. Sorry, it's listening to me. It's listening to me. It's not actually telling me the number. The term Pepe refers to, I should have stopped talking, unfortunately, but you can work that out yourself. 1,600 million Pepe without me putting any Pepe in. It's over $10,000, I'm sure. But now I have some Pepe. And also, I have some Doge, I have some BNB I never had before. I have some Ethereum I never had before, because when your customers are using these, you get paid in these, you can accumulate. So that's a nice product. Here's a customer put in a Bitcoin. Here's another customer put in 2.75 Bitcoin. That's over $300,000 this customer did. So the big guys are here too, guys, not just the little guys with $100. The big guys are on this platform as well. In fact, it's not 2.75, it's grown up to 2.81 Bitcoin. I'm going to finish now with the card because I think that's the last product that I've used. Love this card to bits. Why? A number of reasons. First reason is my name's not on it. It's just a card. Visa's on it, Aurum's on it, my name's not on it. I like it because you don't need to give your passport or any details. You get the card. You can put up to 100,000 a month. I don't know who needs 100,000 a month, but that's the spending limit. If you want more on, you've got a KYC. So I think this suits a lot of people. It works on Apple and Google Pay if you want to connect it to your phone, and the fees are very low, 2.2%. But the fees stay with us. It doesn't go to Visa. The fees don't go to Aurum. The fees stay with us. Loading top-up fees, that 2.2% stays with us. What does that mean? It means if you put this card in the hands of your next door neighbor, best friend, cousin, stranger, person at work, doesn't matter, and they decide to use this card and they go and buy some fuel for their car, you just got paid. They then go to the ATM machine, withdraw some money, you just got paid. They buy their weekly groceries, you get paid. They go online shopping, you get paid. They have a coffee, you get paid. How would you like to be the bank? The issue, when you issue this card or your referral link is used, people want this cryptocurrency card. This is USDT, spending anywhere in the world that accepts Visa and MasterCard. This is the solution that solves the problem for everybody. People that have crypto say, well, I have this crypto, but they're running around for a friend saying, hey, do you know anybody wants to buy some crypto? I need some cash. You don't need to find an exchange. You don't need to find a customer. Pop your USDT onto your card, go spend it if you need to. That's a great, great product. They're also going to introduce cash back on it as well. We get up to 10% cash back with certain vendors. They're also going to introduce a whole loyalty program. Maybe we'll be able to go to the airport and use the VIP lounge. Maybe we'll be able, certain other things. They're building this in the background. They're also building another card, which will have KYC. They're going to have two versions for us. And guess what's happening right now? There are lots of providers knocking Bryan Benson's door saying, hey, let's see what we can offer you. There's lots coming to the table now because they know how big this is. Bryan Benson from Binance has got the community, he's got the trading bots. This is a great product. Now, I don't want you going mad selling it. That's not the purpose. I'm just telling you what I think of it. I prefer you try the bot and make some money. There's no point having a card and don't have any money to put on it. When you have the bot, you have the money to put on the card. So have a listen to this short video.
Aurum Neobank is a next-generation financial ecosystem with a fully integrated cycle. Top up your balance, earn through the trading bot, spend with your card, and restart the loop. Choose from 4 card tiers: Nova, Imperium, World Elite, and Infinity. Each unlocks access to cryptocurrency payments, low fees, and premium rewards. No verification required. Minimal fees, physical card included, higher transaction limits. Take control of your finances and grow your wealth with Aurum Neobank.
There you go. There will be 4 cards ultimately available, starting with the Nova at $33. No monthly fees on that one. $66 card, a $99 and $249. The one I'm talking about is the $249. That's the only one I'll be promoting. It has no KYC, lowest fees, lowest transaction fees, and $150 of every $249 comes back to the team. Also, the 2.2% loading fees comes back to the team, and you can put up to 100,000 a month. So why would you want second, third, or best when you can have first best? That's why I'll be promoting only this particular one. I'll cover this at training on Sunday night. We'll look at how you can build a little business with this card. Very, very interesting. You can get paid unlimited levels in depth. It's not like one of these multi-level things, 6 levels, 7 levels. It's not like these binary things. You can pay it as wide as you like, as deep as you like. Unlimited customers, 10,000, 100,000 customers around the world using this card. You can pick up a premium, a bonus every time they use it. If you follow me on Sunday, I'll show you how that goes and how you can do that. For our new people tonight, I'd like just to show you the card working. This is just one little transaction was done. Customer was sent to get some milk. There's USDT on the card. Have a look at this.
Here we go then. Second official transaction.
Both purple and white. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Mina.
There you go, spending USDT in the local grocery store. And in the last video we'll show tonight, we've looked at 3 videos so far, 4 videos. This is the 4th one. I'm going to show you the card working at an ATM machine. This is interesting. Okay, in goes the Aurum card. Balance. Okay, so there's 5,720 on the thing. Let's do a transaction. Let's take out cash in the machine. Let's take out other. Maximum 800. And correct. So the fee is $3.99. It's very good. Proceed. $3.99. If it was 10%, it would be $80. If it was 5%, it would be $40. If it was 1%, it would be $8. It was $3.99. Half of 1%. Half of 1% fee. Wow. There you go. Over $1,000 in one go to the machine. Fabulous product, guys. And that is our presentation over. Might have gone a little bit long tonight, maybe 35 minutes. We have looked at the co-founder and the CEO of Aurum, Mr. Bryan Benson from Binance. We took a look at what Google was saying. We had a look also. What did we look at there? We looked at what Forbes had been writing about them. What else did we do? Yeah, we were impressed with the card because Visa and the banking issuer have teamed up with Aurum. So obviously, whatever licenses are necessary, I'm sure that's all in place. What else did we look at? We looked at some of the products, yes. We saw a small account going from 500 to 882. We saw a larger account doubling up from 10,000 to 20,000 just in 4 months. And then we saw the card operating, and that's really all. And I like to summarize things like that because that's what you should take it away from what we've covered so far. So that is our presentation over. If you've enjoyed what you've seen, if you like what you've seen, if you're happy enough to get some professional advice before you start, that's highly recommended. Otherwise, get back to the person that shared the link with you tonight, get their referral link and get started. If you have your account funded tonight, you'll be starting to see your first profits as soon as tomorrow, and that's exciting. For those of you who'd like to sit on just for a few moments, I'd be happy enough to share with you the partner program. There is no obligation for you to share this with anyone at all. You can just be a customer and make money. But if you do think there's value, if you do think some of you know a few people that might like the card or would like to earn some extra money, you might suggest that they come along and have a look at the presentation. And let's take you through the affiliate program. Affiliate programs are very popular, guys. I think every major company is now using them. I certainly know that Apple have one, and I know that Tesco, a very large retailer in the United Kingdom and other parts of Europe, has one. That's 40% of the families in the United Kingdom go shopping in Tesco for their weekly groceries. It's a big show. They have an affiliate program, and Aurum have an affiliate program, and there are 15 ranks inside the affiliate program, but it all starts with Nova. Nova means new, so you're the new kid on the block, you're the new star in the business. And if you did bring a customer who maybe watched this presentation and decided to try it, you'll get a 3% thank you bonus. Hey, we didn't have to advertise on television. Oh, we didn't touch the radio. We didn't use Google ads. We didn't use Facebook. You brought us this customer. We want to spend our advertising budget with you. We're giving you 3% of what that customer deposits. If it's $100 or $1,000 or $10,000, you get 3%. Now, that's a fair handshake for starting off. just by sharing this with a few people. There is a condition. You must have $100 trading yourself, because Bryan Benson doesn't want anyone promoting his products unless they're customers that are using them. There's nobody better to promote a product or service than an existing happy customer. You'll find that. So he knows that if you have an account, you will be happy and you'll tell a few people. So $100, anybody can start this business. I think that's very feasible, very, very honorable to allow customers to start with as little as $100. Now, for those of you who'd like bigger commissions, you've got to get a pay rise. But it's not Bryan Benson that gives the pay rises. The boss doesn't give the pay rise in this case. You collect your own pay rise the day you want it. What do I mean? Well, let's say tomorrow you wanted to get your first pay rise. You don't want 3%, you want 5%. All you have to do is go Voyager. And to do Voyager, you need $7,500 in total team trading in the EXAI bot. That could be one customer. Imagine one customer put in $8,000. You're qualified. You only need 7.5. Imagine one customer put in $7,500. You're Voyager. Very, very simple. Now, maybe the customer you have only puts in $100, but that customer finds a customer that puts in $7,400. The two customers is 7.5. So it doesn't matter whether you bring the customer or somebody else brings the customer. When the total team trading is $7,500, you're a Voyager, and now you get a promotion. You get 5%. Guess what else? You get your money back. The $100 you put in, you have it back. Imagine being out of risk as quick as that with any opportunity. I think that's very, very, very fair. You put in $100, they give you $100 back. What can you do with $100? Put it on the card, go spend it. What else can you do with $100? Withdraw it to any USDT wallet of your choice. TRC20, BP20. What else can you do with it? You could add it to the bot if you'd like it to grow. And that's not all you get for hitting that first rank. You now get 5% on the trading profits of your whole team to infinity levels in depth. As long as there's not another Voyager on that line, you get all of the 5% on all of the accounts. And this is where I was getting this Pepe. I started receiving Pepe. Where's this coming from? I didn't realize, the company didn't tell me, but a customer had put in Pepe. They were making Pepe every day. I was getting 5% what they got. And I started to build that portfolio in Pepe and Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is great. A daily matching bonus on the team profits, which is great. Of course, if you'd like to go Vanguard, you require $25,000. And I see Adam's on this call. He always is on the call. Adam did this in his first day. Adam brought a customer that did $50,000. So Adam went from Nova to Voyager to Vanguard. Look, he nearly went Vanguard Pro. He needed 62.5, but the customer only did 50,000. One customer can do this, or multiple customers. But let's say 25,000. Once you reach that target, you are improved to 7% on deposits. You do require 300 trading in your own account, but look what happens, guys. The company give you a 500 cash bonus. And now your daily passive profit on team profit bonus is now 7.5% on unlimited levels in depth. Unlimited levels in depth. If somebody happens to be a Voyager on one of those lines and they're taking 5 of that, well, then you get the differential. This is known as a differential plan. I don't want to confuse anybody. We cover that on training. If you need more information on that, I'm very happy to share that with you as well. And it's just more of the same, guys. In fact, you can build this whole business with 2 or 3 people. You don't need to be a recruiter or, I mean, if you find 3 people that did Voyager, well, you've just smashed Vanguard. If you did 3 people that hit Vanguard, well, that's $75,000 of volume. You only need 62. You've smashed it. If you find 3 people that went Vanguard Pro, that's 180,000. Well, you only need 125 to go Nexus. You've smashed it. If the same 3 people went Nexus, that's 375. You've over smashed it. You only needed 250 to go to the next one. So with 3 people, multiplying yourself out, I'll give you a little bit of training, a little bit of tips there, guys. But you can duplicate this and really get some exciting bonuses. $1,000 bonus. There's a $2,000 bonus. Congratulations to Sohail, who's on the call tonight. He got his $5,000 bonus tonight. Well done, Sohail, for hitting Oracle. He's now part of the shareholder bonus. So what he gets now is, of all the customers in the world, do you remember I told you there's $37 million trading in that first bot? Whatever that makes every day, 3.175% is set aside for Sohail and all of the people that reach Oracle and 0.15% of that portion goes to Sahil every 3 months. You get this extra shareholder bonus because you reached the Oracle level. And the only reason he reached it, because he helped 3 other people reach their target. So it's a very generous plan. There's a $10,000 bonus coming up for all of you that hit the prime. There's a $20,000 bonus. There's a $50,000 bonus. In fact, I see 3 people on tonight's call that have already hit this $50,000 bonus. Okay, so well done to you guys. And do you remember Bryan Benson said at the start of our call? He said he wants to create 1,000 millionaires. In my view, if you can get somewhere between legend and dominion, you're going to be one of those millionaires. And of the 3 people that are magnet on this call, they did it in 4 months. So imagine you're starting tonight, and in 4 months from now, you were magnet. Let's say January, February next year, you're magnet. Look how close you are to a millionaire status. Mythos, legend, dominion. As a dominion, you get $500,000 bonus. You never got that in your life before. Before that, you would have received 150 plus 100 plus 50 plus 20. That's $820,000 plus that first page we've already covered, plus these commissions on deposits, plus daily profits, plus shareholder bonuses. There's no doubt in my mind, if you can reach dominion, you're a millionaire. The choice is, do you want to? Do you want to get anywhere close to that? On Sunday night's training, I'm going to talk about living the lifestyle of a millionaire without having a million. How does that sound? Living the lifestyle of a millionaire without even having a million. I'll cover that at my training on Sunday. Same time, same link, we'll do that. So ladies and gentlemen, that is our presentation over tonight. Other than to show you a few withdrawals here, here's a customer took out on the 19th of April, 0.1 Bitcoin. Now that's about $11,000, $12,000. 8 days later, is that correct? 27th of April, they took out $500. 1 month after that, so that was the 27th of April. So the 27th of May, a full month later, they withdrew $5,000 from the platform. 2 days after that, 27th to 29th, they took out $4,500. And then it was 18 days later, they took out $10,000. We've seen all the transaction hash IDs. We've got a blockchain expert to trace them on the Block Explorer. Guys, it's sensational. The data, the details, it's all here. Oh, there's more. I don't think we need to go through this, but this customer on the 15th of July took out $4,000. The next day, they took out $2,500. And then on the 6th of August, they took out $16,000. This is their trust wallet. If you're familiar with the trust wallet, out of the $16,000, they received $15,839, 1% plus $1. The withdrawal fees are sensational. So that is our presentation over tonight. What you should do, if you like what you hear and you've done your own due diligence, is make an informed decision. Get registered with the person that shared this information with. Please ring them now, ask for their link if you like what you're hearing, even if you don't understand it. Ask for the link, get your account funded, and make some money tomorrow. See how it works. Do a withdrawal, test it out. The week after that, try some of those other products I shared with you tonight, maybe one of the Zeus spots or the Pro. The week after that, I say go for the card. There's no point having the card in week 1 if you've no money to put on the card. Get the bot making you money, like John buying the milk. John says to me, I got free milk in the shop today. I said, what do you mean you got free milk? Are they giving away milk in your shops? He said, no, I used the card. I said, yeah, but you paid for it. He says, yeah, I did and I didn't. I said, what do you mean you didn't? You didn't. You paid for the milk with a card. You sent me the video that I showed you guys. He says, no, I put my money in the bot. I still have my money. I didn't spend my money. It's still there trading. I took out the profit and put it on the card. So I didn't spend my money. I'm spending Aurum's profit. I had free milk. I didn't have to pay for it. His lifestyle has changed. He's traveled Europe with this card. And so many people, it's doing a whole lot of good for a lot of people. So I hope you like what you heard tonight. I hope you enjoyed it. Please get back to the person that shared this with you. Come see us again. Come follow us on our progress. And I wish you every success in whatever decision you decide to make. Thank you so much, everyone. We'll see you all again very, very soon. Good night.
Another excellent
Recording
presentation from the one and only HP. So hopefully you enjoyed that presentation, folks. Please, like HP said, it's really, really critical that you actually get back to the person that is sharing this YouTube video with you. The whole reason we restream these is so that we can get this into the people's hands. You know, we understand not everybody likes to be on Zoom. So please get in touch with whoever is sharing this with you. And like HP said, you know, we've just come back from a 3-week road trip around Europe in our camper van. We traveled across Europe into Slovakia, into Czech Republic. We were originally only going out for 2 weeks, but thanks to the Aurum Visa card, we were able to extend that for a whole nother week, because the whole concept of the trip was, let's test out this card. Let's see if it works. Let's see if I can use this all over Europe, anywhere where that Visa sign is. You know, I took it to ATMs and withdrew euros in Slovakia. I took it to ATMs and withdrew Czech crowns in Czech Republic. It paid for the fuel. It paid for meals. It covered us the whole trip. So you can understand why we're very, very unapologetic, let's say, about sharing this project with people far and wide. Because once you see and understand how this works, and we have very simple onboarding processes for everybody, and we have people from all ages and all races and all religions in this group. None of that matters here, because we're working as a community. We're working as a team to help one another to achieve our goals, our financial goals, you know, whether that's financial freedom, time freedom, maybe you want to get out of your job. Another analogy that I like to share with people is that if your job doesn't give you the ability to double your income in the next 6 to 12 months, then you need to be looking at other options. Okay, because like I said at the beginning, before HP started the presentation, it's taken me just over 5 months now to double my day job income, and the future is looking very bright. So that's why I've got a big smile on my face, and that's available to each and every person that takes the time to check out this presentation. So with all that being said, please, once again, get back to the person that shared this video with you, and we look forward to welcoming you on board this incredible opportunity. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. And hopefully we'll see you inside our team Telegram group very soon. So thank you for watching, folks. Hope you enjoyed it.